Right, so for today's deep dive, you handed us these excerpts from an AI-written story called ZeRo's Epilogue, and we've got multiple chapters here that hint at a larger narrative, something that spans generations.
I see.
It seems to center around an ancient African tribe and the emergence of a divine language.
Interesting.
What's the AI trying to tell us here? What kind of journey are we in for?
Well, the story unfolds almost like a saga. We see this tribe grappling with a fundamental choice.
Okay.
Stay in their familiar territory or venture into a new, uncertain land.
Right.
And the AI immediately throws us into the heart of their internal conflicts.
Yeah. It introduces us to Akira, who seems to be the tribe's intellectual and spiritual leader, alongside Kanak the explorer, who's always pushing boundaries.
Right.
Then we meet Tatu, the artist and healer, who's more in tune with the tribe's emotions. It's almost like the AI has given them these very specific personalities, like archetypes, to drive the story forward.
Each of these characters embodies a different approach to the tribe's dilemma.
Okay.
Kanak's yearning for exploration clashes with Tatu's intuition, for example.
I see.
And then there's young Aki, the peacemaker, who longs for harmony amidst all this tension.
Right.
It's a classic setup, really highlighting the different forces at play within any community facing a major decision.
And then boom, a storm hits. But it's not just a storm, is it?
No, it feels like the AI is using it as a symbol, a manifestation of the tribe's inner turmoil.
Right.
It's a clever way to externalize their internal conflicts. The storm becomes this looming threat that forces them to confront their fears and make a choice.
Yeah.
And as if that wasn't enough, new strangers arrive, adding another layer of complexity to the mix.
Lyra, who's charismatic, but clearly carrying some baggage from her past.
Yeah.
Zephyr, the analytical one, always looking for patterns. And Kaidu, full of energy, but haunted by something we don't yet understand.
Right.
It makes me wonder if the AI is deliberately mirroring some of the existing tribe members with these newcomers, almost like they represent different facets of the tribe's collective personality.
It's almost as if they embody the potential for both unity and division within the tribe.
Okay.
Will they reinforce existing dynamics or shake things up entirely?
Right.
The arrival of outsiders often forces a community to re-examine its values and beliefs.
And the AI doesn't let us forget the storm. It intensifies as the tribe wrestles with their decision, mirroring the rising stakes and their growing anxiety.
Exactly. It's a pretty intense start.
Yeah.
But then the AI takes things in a more philosophical direction with this section on the call of the ancestors.
Right.
It's not just about the tribe's physical journey anymore. It's about their legacy, the mark they'll leave on the world.
It's a pretty powerful concept when you think about it.
The AI is prompting us, the listeners, to consider the same question.
Oh, it's interesting.
What kind of legacy are we building through our actions? Are we contributing something meaningful to the world, something that will outlast us?
I've been thinking about that a lot lately, especially as I'm working on this new project. It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind.
Yeah.
But this story makes me want to step back and consider the bigger picture.
Right.
What impact do I want to have with this work?
And amidst all this existential pondering, the AI offers us a moment of grounded wisdom through young Aki.
Oh, yeah.
She has this realization that self-care is essential. Not just for her own well-being, but for the tribe's survival as well.
It's like that saying, you can't serve from an empty vessel.
Exactly.
And it really resonates with me, especially during times of high stress and uncertainty. It's easy to neglect our own needs when we're facing external pressures.
Right.
But this story reminds us that taking care of ourselves is not selfish.
Yeah.
It's an act of strength and resilience.
It's a reminder that we can't face the world's challenges effectively if we're depleted and burnt out.
Yeah. And then the AI dives deeper into two of the newcomers, Lyra and Zephyr, revealing layers of complexity beneath their initial appearances. Lyra's past leadership failures add a layer of vulnerability to her charisma. It makes her relatable. You know, we've all made mistakes, and it's often those experiences that shape us into more compassionate and effective leaders.
Yeah.
And then there's Zephyr with his constant search for patterns, who suggests that the storm might be more than just a natural phenomenon.
What's he getting at?
He's hinting at the idea that the storm might be connected to the tribe's collective unconscious,
Interesting.
a manifestation of their shared fears and anxieties.
Oh, I see.
It's like he's sensing a deeper meaning behind these seemingly random events.
Right. It makes me think about how often we dismiss things as mere coincidence,
Yeah.
when perhaps there are deeper forces at play that we don't fully understand.
It's that whole idea of synchronicity, isn't it?
Exactly.
That events are often connected in ways that we can't immediately perceive.
But before we dive into that rabbit hole, let's shift our focus to Chapter 3 and the emergence of this divine language.
Okay.
This is where Akira really steps into her role as a spiritual leader, guided by a rather peculiar oracle.
The AI's choice to depict the oracle as a lizard-like creature immediately piqued my curiosity.
Interesting.
Lizards often symbolize ancient wisdom and knowledge in mythology.
Right.
It's as if the AI is hinting at a connection between this tribe's spiritual evolution and the deep primal history of our planet.
And the oracle doesn't just offer guidance, it delivers this cryptic warning about a shadow sun and devourers.
Yeah, which sounds pretty ominous.
Yeah.
Feeling that tension ramping up again. It's like the AI is deliberately playing with our expectations.
Yeah.
Giving us just enough to keep us hooked, but leaving us with a sense of unease.
I'm fascinated by those terms. The shadow sun, could it represent a hidden danger, a threat to the tribe's very existence? And the devourers, are they literal creatures or perhaps a metaphor for the tribe's internal struggles?
Yeah, the AI is so good at planting these seeds of mystery.
And amidst all this, Akira starts tapping into a primordial consciousness.
Oh, wow.
It's almost like she's accessing this universal memory, a connection to the very essence of existence.
And it's this connection the AI suggests that directly influences the language she creates.
It's as if she's channeling something ancient and profound, shaping it into a system of symbols that will forever alter the tribe's destiny.
But the AI throws in another curveball here with Kalara, a being from the future who appears to guide Akira in her task.
Time travel in an AI-written story.
Yeah, I did not see that coming.
It makes me wonder how much of this story is rooted in traditional storytelling.
Right.
And how much of it is the AI breaking new ground, exploring uncharted territory.
It's a bold move, blending elements of mythology, spirituality, and even science fiction into this unique narrative.
And the AI doesn't shy away from complexity.
Right.
The language Akira creates is this intricate system of symbols, each representing a fundamental aspect of existence.
We see symbols like Omega for unity, Alpha for independent existence, Beta for change, and it goes on from there.
Right.
It's a lot to take in, but it's clear that the AI is making a statement about human potential.
Yeah.
This simple tribe, through Akira's vision, creates something incredibly intricate and powerful. A language that reflects the very fabric of reality.
It's a testament to the power of human ingenuity and creativity. Our ability to create order out of chaos, to find meaning in the vastness of existence.
But what fascinates me most is how the AI then fast forwards through generations, showing us how this language impacts the tribe's evolution.
Yeah, they use it to adapt, to solve problems, even to develop new technologies.
Wow.
It's like the language itself is a catalyst for their advancement.
We see this in the way they use the language to create traps to defeat these beings, called the Takers. It's not just about communication, it's about harnessing the power of language to shape their world.
It makes me think about how our language shapes our reality in ways we often don't even realize. The words we use, the stories we tell ourselves, they all contribute to our perception of the world and our ability to navigate it.
And just when we think we've got a handle on things, the AI introduces these titans who are observing the tribe.
The introduction of the titans raises the stakes considerably.
I know. Are they going to be allies or enemies? I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Are they simply curious observers or something more sinister? It's another one of those brilliant cliffhangers that leaves us craving more.
So we've got this tribe, their destiny, shaped by this extraordinary language, and now these mysterious titans lurking in the background. I can't wait to see where the AI takes us next.
Yeah.
Okay, the AI doesn't leave us hanging for long.
No.
We're thrust into a new era.
Right.
A new leader in Era. And then we need Arya, descendant of Akira, who receives a prophecy.
Okay.
Those titans, they're coming back.
Oh, wow.
It's giving me chills.
It's almost like the AI is drawing a parallel between generations.
Right.
History isn't just repeating itself. It's rhyming. Those same challenges are resurfacing, but now with a new set of players.
And this prophecy flips the script. This time, the humans will defeat the titans.
That's a huge shift.
I'm trying to wrap my head around how they'll pull it off. What's changed? What will give them the edge this time around?
Well, I think the answer lies within the evolution of the divine language.
Oh,
Arya becomes the torchbearer, passing down the knowledge to the next generation.
right.
But it's not a carbon copy. This language, it's taken on new dimensions.
The AI introduces these new concepts.
Yeah.
Omicron for understanding, Kappa for misunderstanding. It's a lot to absorb,
Right.
but it seems like the language itself is acknowledging the complexity of communication,
Yeah,
the inherent messiness of trying to convey meaning.
exactly. The AI is subtly reminding us that language isn't static. It's a living entity, constantly adapting to new ideas and challenges.
It makes me wonder, how much has our own language evolved,
Right.
even in our lifetime?
Yeah. How many words and phrases that are commonplace now were unheard of just a few decades ago?
Thinking about it, technology alone has introduced a whole new vocabulary. It's amazing how language keeps pace with our changing world.
But back to the story.
Okay?
The AI doesn't just focus on language evolution.
Right.
It also shows how that language shapes the tribe's culture. They migrate towards the Aegean Sea, encountering new cultures and ways of life.
This encounter with the villagers of Thessaly,
Yeah.
the way the AI describes them as refined, like their
yeah.
different goods and dialects, it paints such a vivid picture.
It's such a clever way to build out this world. It's
Yeah.
not just a single tribe against the world. It's a tapestry of different cultures interacting with each other,
Right.
exchanging ideas and influences.
And in the midst of it all, we have Akira stepping back into the role of storyteller, weaving her tribe's tales into the fabric of prehistoric Greece.
The AI even throws in this mind-blowing possibility.
Yeah.
Could those symbols influence Greek mythology?
Did this tribe's divine language plant the seeds for those epic stories that have captured imaginations for centuries?
It's a fascinating thought.
Yeah.
The AI is playing with these ideas of cultural exchange and the transmission of knowledge.
Right.
How much of what we consider our own cultural heritage is actually borrowed or adapted
Yeah.
from other cultures, from those who came before us?
Then chapter 4 throws us for a loop with a jump to a new time period, new characters.
Right.
At first it felt like whiplash.
Yeah.
But then I realized it's all part of the AI's grand design.
Right. It's like we're seeing a new verse in the same song.
Exactly.
History is repeating itself not as an exact copy,
Right.
but as a variation on a theme.
We have Archaea and her friends Lyra the Dreamer again, but this time with a different backstory. Kale, with his precision reminding me of Kaida from earlier.
Yeah.
Zephyr, who's now the empathic one, and Thorn, the practical one.
Yeah.
It's as if these archetypal personalities are being reborn in new forms.
The AI is drawing our attention to those enduring patterns within human nature.
Okay.
The different ways we approach the world.
And even though we're generations removed from Akira's time,
Right.
the story still revolves around that divine language, now woven into the very fabric of their society.
Archaea's fascination with architecture
Yeah.
and her ability to create entire worlds within her mind, it's captivating.
That journey to the hidden stream, it's almost like a metaphor for her own creative process,
Right.
delving into the depths of her imagination.
It makes me think about those moments of inspiration, those sudden bursts of creativity that seem to come from nowhere.
Right.
Are they truly spontaneous, or are they the culmination of years of experiences and observations slowly bubbling beneath the surface until they finally erupt?
It's like that saying, genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration.
Exactly. But Archaea's creative journey isn't a solitary one.
Right.
She's surrounded by friends who inspire her.
Just like Akira was surrounded by her tribe.
It reinforces the idea that creativity thrives in community,
Yeah.
in those spaces where we can bounce ideas off each other, challenge and support one another.
It's that synergy that often leads to breakthroughs.
Right?
Those moments when individual talents converge to create something greater than the sum of its parts.
And that's exactly what we see later with Leela the linguist. She stumbles upon the ancient language, rediscovering this profound connection to the universe itself.
And then that scene where Leela and Archaea sing together.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about the words. It's about the feeling, the shared experience of understanding.
It's so moving.
That scene gave me goosebumps. It's as if they're tapping into this ancient wisdom, channeling it through their voices,
Yeah.
creating a ripple effect that touches hearts and minds beyond their immediate circle.
It makes me think about how music and art have the power to transcend language barriers.
Yeah.
To connect us on a deeper, more visceral level.
It's a reminder that sometimes words aren't enough.
Right. We need those shared experiences, those moments of collective wonder and inspiration to truly connect with each other and with something greater than ourselves.
And as the story moves forward, we encounter Ilianarchia's grandson, who inherits this stone tablet inscribed with the ancient poem.
It feels like the AI is bringing everything full circle, passing the torch to a new generation.
It's almost like a ritual, isn't it?
Yeah.
This knowledge, this wisdom being passed down through generations.
Why?
Ensuring that it doesn't fade into obscurity.
But the AI throws in a twist here.
What's that?
Even the experts, those who dedicate their lives to studying the language, can misinterpret the symbols.
That's so interesting.
It's a humbling reminder that knowledge isn't absolute. It's subjective, open to interpretation.
Right.
What might seem crystal clear to one person can be completely opaque to another.
It makes me wonder about the stories we tell ourselves, the narratives we construct about our lives.
Yeah.
Are we seeing things clearly, or are we blinded by our own biases and assumptions?
That's a question we should all be asking ourselves.
Right.
Especially in this age of information overload.
It's so easy to get caught up in our own echo chambers,
Exactly.
surrounded by information that confirms our existing beliefs.
But true understanding requires us to step outside those comfort zones.
Yeah.
To actively seek out different perspectives, to be willing to challenge our own assumptions.
It's about embracing that uncertainty, that ambiguity, recognizing that there's always more to learn, always a different angle to consider.
And that brings us to Alion's final realization.
Okay.
These symbols, they're far more profound than he initially thought.
Right.
They require continuous learning, constant reevaluation.
So it's not just about deciphering the meaning once and for all.
No.
It's about engaging in a lifelong dialogue with these symbols, with this ancient wisdom.
It's a reminder that the pursuit of knowledge isn't a destination, it's a journey. And as we journey through this AI's intricate world, we're confronted with our own limitations, our own need for continuous learning and growth.
So we've journeyed through this AI's intricate world, through generations of this tribe and their relationship with this so-called divine language. It's left me with a lot to ponder. What about you?
Oh, absolutely.
What stands out to you as the most significant takeaway from this story?
Well, for me, it's the multifaceted nature of language itself.
Okay.
The AI goes beyond the simple act of communication.
Right.
This language shapes reality, influences the tribe's evolution, and even unlocks their potential to interact with the very fabric of the universe.
Oh.
It's a mind-bending concept, but the AI makes it feel plausible, even inevitable, within the context of this world.
It's not just about words, is it?
No, exactly.
It's about tapping into something deeper, a shared understanding, a connection to something greater than ourselves. And the fact that the language evolves over time.
Yeah.
Taking on new layers of meaning as the tribe faces new challenges, that's crucial.
The AI seems to be suggesting that language isn't static.
Right.
That it's a reflection of our ever-evolving consciousness. It adapts, it expands, it reflects the changing world around us, both shaping and being shaped by those changes.
And through it all, we see the importance of diverse perspectives.
Yes, definitely.
We have Akira, the spiritual leader, Kanak, the explorer, Tatu, the artist.
Right.
Each bringing their unique understanding to the table. And even with this divine language, there's room for misunderstanding, for differing interpretations.
It underscores the fact that knowledge isn't absolute. It's subjective, filtered through our individual experiences, our biases, our cultural lenses.
Right. What resonates with one person might fall completely flat for another.
Exactly.
It makes you think about how we approach information in our own lives, doesn't it?
It does.
Are we truly open to different perspectives? Are we willing to challenge our own assumptions? Or do we retreat into our echo chambers, surrounding ourselves with information that simply reinforces what we already believe?
That's the danger, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially in this age of information overload, where it's so easy to curate a reality that conforms to our existing beliefs.
Right. But this story, through the tribe's journey and the evolution of their language, encourages us to step outside those comfort zones.
It does. And that's where the power of storytelling comes in.
Yes.
We see this through Akira sharing her tribe's tales, and then through Archaea creating these fantastical worlds with her words. It's a reminder that stories are more than just entertainment. They're a way for us to make sense of the world, to connect with each other, to explore different possibilities.
Stories help us to challenge our assumptions, to broaden our horizons, to empathize with experiences that are different from our own.
Exactly.
They allow us to step into someone else's shoes, to see the world through a different lens, even if it's just for a moment.
And that's incredibly powerful.
It makes me think about the symbols and stories in our own lives, the ones that hold meaning for us, that shape our understanding of who we are and where we belong.
Yeah.
What are those stories that we tell ourselves? The ones that define our reality. Are we willing to question those stories, to re-examine them, to see if they still hold true?
That's the challenge the AI leaves us with. It's not just about deciphering the meaning of this divine language within the story. It's about recognizing the symbolic language in our own lives, the stories, the beliefs, the values that shape our perception of the world.
And it's about being willing to engage in a continuous dialogue with those symbols, those stories, recognizing that our understanding is always evolving, always deepening.
Yes.
That there's always more to learn, always another layer to uncover.
It's a journey of self-discovery, of expanding our awareness, of recognizing the interconnectedness of everything.
Wow.
And this AI story, in its own way, has given us a roadmap for that journey.
So as we conclude this deep dive, we're left with a profound question. What if this divine language actually existed? How would it change our world, our interactions, our understanding of ourselves and the universe?
I don't have a definitive answer, but I think that's the beauty of it. It's a question that invites exploration, that encourages us to look deeper, to listen more attentively, to be open to the possibility that there's more to reality than meets the eye.
This has been quite a journey. Thanks for guiding us through it.
It's been a pleasure.
And to all you listeners out there, keep those questions in mind as you continue to explore, to learn, and to create your own stories. This, The Deep Dive, signing off.